All right. So, I'm on a construction job. I entered back into the plumbing industry. Bunch of superfluous information for a Bible teacher, right? But not really, I suppose. Let's see. Yeah. So, not really, because in the natural, a plumber safely delivers water and safely removes it, because water not managed properly can destroy. Water is the Word of God in the spiritual. And that's kind of the topic of what I want to talk about, because I'm kind of a little pissy that we can't eat bread anymore as humans because our body can't digest it, can't break it down, and it gets into your bowels. And look at all those cool little buoys, or whatever you want to call them. They find them out there on the ocean. So anyhow, it gets into our bowels, and then we have to pass it kind of as a solid. The stomach acids doesn't break it down. And then there's a chance that, you get constipated. You can also rip your intestine lining, and then you get sick, right? That fecal matter is getting inside your body. Your white blood cells are going crazy, right? And of course, you're getting fat too the whole time. So, but what makes me upset about that is that bread, the spiritual bread, is the Word of God. Water's the Word of God, bread's the Word of God, right? So now, all of a sudden, we can't digest bread in the natural. That must mean, well, we used to be able to. So that means something's changed in the natural. Well, the spiritual parallels the natural. Well, I can tell you exactly why you can't digest the spiritual bread. Spiritual bread is corrupt. It's polluted. It's the five things that I'm to teach. Grace is one of them. People think grace is like you're given something as a gift. It's just free. You don't have to do nothing. You just need to receive it. Well, that's bullshit. Grace is the trials and tribulations that you would choose to escape if you could, but you can't. And then you have to go through it, weeping and gnashing your teeth. And then as a result of that grace of God, that trial, that tribulation, you gain tons of information, and you mature and you grow. And then there you go. You are saved by the grace of God, not anything that you could do on your own, but through these trials and tribulations that the Lord drops on you that you can't escape. And there you have it. That's the grace of God, not this nonsense that it's a gift and that you don't need to do anything. Parts of what they're saying is true, but because you don't have to do anything. What they're ignorant to is you can't escape God's grace. They make it sound like it's a gift. You don't have to do anything. You just receive it. Those words could be applicable, but they're out of context. That is true. You don't have to do anything. Just receive it. You don't run to idolatry. Don't go to the banker. Don't go to the attorney. Don't go to the government. Wait on the Lord. So there you have it. Their words are true. They're just out of context. See, here's where I'm at. I'm on remodel. They're out of context. They're not, I'll come up with a good example later, but that's just one polluted part of the spiritual bread, that the way that they prepare it, you can't digest it. They want you to believe that you just need to receive a gift. Well, it's not a gift. You need to receive the trial and the tribulation. Well, how do you receive it? Well, you don't run to the banker. You don't run to the government. You don't run to mom and dad. You don't run to, you just wait on the Lord. then that trial and tribulation will have all kinds of weeping and gnashing of your teeth. You'll be taking losses with your material possessions. You'll be maybe your character will be challenged, your integrity. You might lose standing in a community. And you handle all that, you take all that, you receive all that, because you're going to stay faithful, you're going to stay true to the Lord. And because you took those losses, because you cried those tears, because you endured the grace of God without trying to escape it with idolatry, then you will have your salvation. Then you will... That guy's a hard worker. Well, then you will have your salvation. So the way that they present that bread is perverse. You can't digest it. But the way I just explained it, you might have to re-listen to it. You might have to shut your eyes because you're looking at everyone's houses. They got new corner shingles up there. See that? Anyhow. That's it, man. Do it. We're going to get the spiritual bread to where it can be edible again, to where it can be digested, and hopefully then in the natural, whatever will happen, and we'll have our natural bread where we're not getting sick off of it, and it's not tearing up our body, and it's not killing us. But you can see how the spiritual bread being all polluted as well, that's just poison. You can't digest that. That's just ruining you spiritually, believing that nonsense. And then the other four things I've mentioned in some other videos is baptism, healing, name. What's it mean to be in someone's name? And faith. Faith. Oh man, wait till you get me talking about faith again. I'll get all kinds of pissy then. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed the ocean. This is in Cannon Beach, Oregon. I live in Seaside. I'm on a job site just a little south of where I live. The company I work for is up in Warrenton. And look at those little cool winds, those caps on their chimneys. So when the wind's blowing, it forces it to cover because it's on that slant, right? It's on that slant. It forces it to cover down because, you know, rain can go, I don't want to say sideways, but rain can really be prevalent over here on the coast. You see that, the watermarks on his windows? Because it just stopped raining. It was raining forever. And then the water on the roads was almost making them to where you couldn't pass. And you had to figure out, I was trying to figure out why. It's like, well, everything runs in the ocean, you know, just get into the ocean. Well, then there's high tide, right? There's high tide, and it kind of stalls the flow of all that rainwater coming off of the mountains, because there's coastal mountains. They're just under 1,000 foot tall. Then there's the valley, and then there's the 10,400 foot tall volcanoes that are part of the Ring of Fire. Anyhow, I've only gone less than 9 minutes on this. I gave you something to look at other than me. This might be a good video.